hope to share with you guys some stuff today that is going to totally revolutionize the way that you take care of your family's health at home. There's a lot of systems in place in America. We have the healthcare system, we have the transportation system, we have the education system, all of which are systems that we apply money to on a yearly basis, and all of which do something for us. The healthcare system, on one hand, it helps us to be better when we get sick, but it also really doesn't keep us healthier. In fact, I'd say that people in America are probably less healthy today than they were 10 years ago. Every year we spend $4.5 trillion globally on healthcare, and because of this money that's being spent, you would think that that would be a huge increase in the health of Americans. But we don't see that increase, and in fact we see basically people going to doctors when they're sick, and not really something that keeps them healthier as a whole. Basically, healthcare equals medication. The pharmaceutical companies, they make the drugs, the doctors prescribe the drugs, and the patients use these drugs, and it's just this revolving cycle. Oftentimes we'll find that we go to the doctor for a prescription, and we'll end up going back to the doctor because our prescription is causing another side effect. So in fact they prescribe something else for that side effect, and so we end up having 3 or 4 different drugs for our initial reason that we went to that doctor. So our biggest drug problem in America today is actually pharmaceutical drugs. There's a lot of people that die using pharmaceutical drugs every year. And it's not necessarily from abuse. Some of it is, but some of it is simply combining the 2 wrong drugs at the wrong time, and it affects our body in an ill or a negative way. We also have a problem with prescribing pharmaceutical drugs to kids at a very, very young age. If we look at this bottom bullet point, we see that the fastest growing group of people being prescribed to antidepressants are preschool age children. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know a whole lot of preschoolers that have any reason at all to be depressed. So it's an alarming stat, and we know that there's things, ADD and those type of things out there, that these kids need a little bit of something, but is prescription drugs necessarily the answer to that? And that's what we are wanting to show you today. So what is an essential oil? An essential oil is basically a natural compound that's found within these plants. We use these essential oils for everything that our medicine would typically do for us. We're able to use the essential oils instead. We're able to have healthy natural benefits. We don't have the side effects that are involved with medicine, so we're not going to be having to use another essential oil to cover the effect of the first essential oil, basically. We don't have to worry about overdose or any other side effects that may come along with them. They're very pure, they're steam distilled from the plants, and just very good for us to use. Let's talk about the purity of our essential oils. CPTG is how doTERRA actually ranks their quality of their essential oils, and the CP means certified pure therapeutic grade. There's a lot of therapeutic grade oils out there on the market today, some of which we would read on the bottles and they would say do not apply to the skin, do not take internally, things that would be somewhat alarming for us to do if we in fact did use that essential oil in those ways. When we breathe in the essential oil, it's still getting into our body. That's why we need to make sure that our oils are pure, and that's why doTERRA has taken it a step above, and we actually have the certified pure therapeutic grade oils, which doTERRA is the only one that offers those. Here we see an oversimplified picture of a cell. What we'll notice here is the bacteria is floating around on the outside of the cell. The virus is housed on the inside of the cell. What's bad about a virus is we'll go to the doctor with a virus, say it's a cold or a flu, and the doctors basically tell us, well, there's really nothing we can do about that. We've got a virus. How many of us have been told that and sent home disappointed that the doctor can't help? I would think that everyone has probably had that experience. What we will see is that the essential oils will actually permeate that cell membrane and get inside of the cell to help the cell become healthier, to eliminate that virus or the sick feeling of that cell, so that the cell is a happy cell once again and can go on being normal and doing its normal everyday functions. Bacteria can be treated very well with an antibiotic, but also the essential oils work very, very fast and effectively against the bacteria living on the outside of the cells as well. The cost of the essential oils, they're relatively inexpensive. When we look at the relation of the cost of the essential oil compared to a Tylenol or some other type of medication that we may give our children, we will see that the peppermint oil is very, very effective and also a little bit cheaper than a fever-reducing medication. When we look at an ear infection, It's a little bit misleading there because I've never been to a doctor and only had it cost me $28.99 for a prescription and an antibiotic. It always costs more than that, and it always takes about a week for that antibiotic to clear up an ear infection. With the essential oils, we simply wipe a little bit of lavender and melaleuca oil around the ear, and we can actually solve that ear infection in less than a day, and we're using under $1 worth of essential oils to accommodate that. So there's actually 3 different ways that we can use the essential oils. We can use them aromatically as the first way. People have been using essential oils for aromatherapy for a long, long time. This is kind of the old school approach to using essential oils. We can put them in a diffuser. We can diffuse, say, On Guard product from doTERRA in our home, and we kind of reduce the risk of us getting sick. We can also cup the oil in our hands and breathe it in that way. There's lots of different ways we can use it aromatically. 2 of the ways that are somewhat unique to doTERRA is using them internally. We use them in a gel cap, as you see in this picture, and we can take these in a high dose of an immune support or antidepressant, whatever it is. We can use these internally to combat whatever ailments we're facing. We can also put it right directly in our mouth. We can use it in a glass of water, and it works great that way too. Topically, we can use these essential oils several different ways. We see in the picture that a mom's putting this on the bottom of her kid's foot, and we will note that we can use these on even the youngest of kids, even small babies. We'd probably want to dilute or take caution as not to harm the tender skin on the younger babies, but we can use these topically on almost anyone, and almost every single oil can be used topically. The bottom of the feet is a great spot to use essential oils because we don't have the skin sensitivity on that portion of our body as we might in other places. So we would want to rub the essential oils into our foot, but we can also use it topically. If we have a headache, we can wipe peppermint, for instance, across our forehead and relieve a headache very, very quickly by applying those topically to where the pain hurts, and that's another reason these essential oils work so well. Let's talk about peppermint. Peppermint is actually a pretty broad spectrum when we look at what peppermint can do for us. We use it aromatically, and we breathe this in, and we'll find that it kind of invigorates us or makes us a little bit more alert. We can apply this topically, and we'll find that it causes reduction in headaches and even takes headaches right away within just a few minutes. And we can use it also internally to help things such as indigestion or stomach aches, those type of things. Also works great as a breath freshener as well. Lemon is really good to take internally. We take this one in our water whenever we drink water. Kind of acts as a detox in our body. In fact, if we were in a live class right now, I would show you that if we put lemon in the bottom of a styrofoam cup, that it would eat right through the bottom of the styrofoam cup in just a couple of minutes. And people say, wow, and you want me to drink that? And the truth is yes, we do want you to drink that because it actually does get into your body and does create a barrier against those toxins and helps to flush those toxins out of our body, which is very good for our body. We can also diffuse this one into the room, clean up the smell of the room, actually elevate the mood in the room, and also use it in a spray bottle with water and help clean up around the kitchen. Lavender, we've all heard of lavender, somewhat calming in lotions and shampoos for babies. When we use a lavender essential oil, especially from doTERRA, we'll find that it is very, very relaxing. And we use this on the bottoms of our kids' feet before we go to bed. Mom and dad can put this on their foreheads or on their pillows or on the back of their neck, and they can have a very relaxing sleep. It's not like a sleeping pill that necessarily knocks you out. It basically relaxes your mind, it relaxes your body so that you can go to sleep and you can get the rest that you need. We can also use lavender topically for burns. Any type of a burn, a sunburn or a grease burn, we put this on topically and we have a very good reaction to that. The burn goes out of it and it heals up much, much quicker. Bug bites, bee stings are the same way. We can take the sting or the discomfort out of all of those. Melaleuca is actually an oil that we use for anything skin. A lot of people use this one for acne. People add it to their shampoos and have a healthier scalp that way. Athlete's foot, psoriasis, toenail fungus, you name it. It works for all of those. But it also works very well again for ear infections, especially in young children. If they have an earache, put the Melaleuca around their ear, not necessarily inside their ear, and they'll have very, very quick reaction to the benefits of the Melaleuca. Oregano is kind of like Melaleuca's big brother. It's a natural antibiotic, and we use this one to kill off flu bugs or cold bugs or whatever it is that's going on in our body. We can take the oregano. I typically take this one internally inside of a gel cap because it's a hot oil. We would never want to put this one directly into our mouth. It would burn, and you would feel it. It's kind of warm, and this is one that we wouldn't want to use directly on our sensitive skin. Although it is okay on the bottom of the feet, even on young kids, to use it on the bottom of the feet, and because again the sensitivity is not there. But we can also use oregano to get rid of warts and skin tags. Just a very, very powerful antibacterial, antiviral essential oil. Deep Blue is our muscle and joint blend, and we actually use Deep Blue for relieving anything that causes us pain in our muscles and joints. So this stems from arthritis or an injury or just a sore back or a crook in the neck from sleeping wrong. We can use the Deep Blue essential oil for all of those things, and it works very, very quickly. If you've ever had a sore knee or an inflamed knee, put a little bit of the Deep Blue on there, and it just feels amazing. Within a matter of just a few minutes after applying it, you'll be relieved. It also works good for headaches too, if you have a really tough, stubborn headache. One of my favorite oils. Frankincense is probably one of the most amazing oils that doTERRA offers. Frankincense has been around for a long time. We hear of biblical references in frankincense. We hear of Egyptian tombs being discovered with vials of frankincense or jars of frankincense inside of the tombs. Very, very valued for its effect in healing. And what we've found nowadays is with all the research that's being done on big things such as cancers and different things like that, we can look up research in PubMed.gov, and we can see that the frankincense has been used for a lot of healings, and actually has been found to stop things such as cancer and stop the progression of them getting any worse. But as more of a simplified use of frankincense, we use it in our home every day to help with beautifying our skin. A lot of doTERRA's products have frankincense in it for that reason. We can use it for a pain reducer, use it in conjunction with lavender and peppermint for a headache, for instance. We can also use it for inflammation. It's one of the best oils that we can use for inflammation. In fact, we have a saying that when in doubt, use frankincense because it does so much for our body. On Guard is the next blend that we'll be talking about, and this is kind of for the immune system of our body. This is one that we would want to take any time that we are around sick people and maybe don't want to get sick ourselves, or if we feel like we're coming down with something. For instance, the very first day that you get sick, you don't show any of the symptoms, but you can feel something in your head, you can feel something in your body that tells you that you're getting sick. Do something about it. I will take a capsule, one of those gel caps with 5 drops of On Guard and 5 drops of oregano, and I will get over that sickness before it even starts. It won't even hamper me or slow me down, and I can't tell you how nice it is not to be sick. In fact, in the 2.5 years that I've been with doTERRA, I've been sick a total of 2 times, and both times I got sick, it was because I was without my oils when I had that initial day of feeling like I was getting sick. But even after we're sick, we can use this to help our body heal quicker and get over that sickness a lot quicker than it would otherwise. We can use it for sore throats. Just a great, great product. Doesn't matter how you use On Guard, just make sure you're using it. doTERRA also has products, hand soap, toothpaste, throat lozenges, house cleaner, that are all infused with the On Guard as well. Just a wonderful blend. Breathe is the next one that we'll talk about, and Breathe is for the respiratory system of the body. We actually use Breathe for anything from just nasal congestion. We can rub it across the crown of our nose and get super good relief from that. We can put it on our chest if we have a chest cold or chest congestion. We can use the Breathe directly on our chest, and it helps to open up our airways. People that are athletic, sports players, marathon runners, they actually use the Breathe product on their chest to kind of help open their lungs up a little more, so they have a little bit of an advantage, being able to breathe a little bit easier while they're doing their physical exercise. It works very well. People with sports asthma that would typically cough after exercise, if they apply the Breathe during and after their exercise, they won't get that sports asthma or those sports coughs that come along with that. I've even seen people with asthma get off of their inhalers by using Breathe and inhaling that through cupped hands down deep into their lungs. It opens up their lungs and makes it so that they can breathe. And then people with sleep apnea as well, diffusing this by their bedside, can get off of their CPAP machines by using the Breathe product on a nightly basis. Digestin is the next one, and this is actually for the digestive system of our body. Basically, we can use this several different ways. We can take this internally, and it's going to help with anything from a stomach ache to irritable bowel. It could help with acid reflux or just plain indigestion. Take one single drop in the back of your throat and swallow it down, maybe with a glass of water if you need it, and it works very, very quickly. It almost has a black licorice taste to it, so it's somewhat pleasant, but my wife still doesn't like the taste. So what she does is she'll actually put the drops in her hand and then rub the drops on her stomach where the discomfort is at, and it works the same either way. One thing, if you remember anything out of this presentation, is that when you put an oil on you, you're getting an oil in you, and therefore it doesn't matter how you use it, internally or on the skin topically, it's going to do the same thing. Slim and Sassy is our next blend that we'll talk about. This is actually for the metabolism in our body and helps boost the metabolism in our body. It actually helps with the blood sugars of our body as well. It helps to rid the body of fat, or to help the body burn fat a little bit faster. It flushes the toxins out of our body, and it also helps manage appetite in between meals. We actually recommend drinking the Slim and Sassy product 3 to 5 drops in a glass of water in between meals, and it works very, very well to help with food cravings and different things like that, so we're not snacking and picking in between meals. So we've talked a little bit about the essential oils, and now we need to talk about how do we get the essential oils. But first, there's a couple different paths we can take in doTERRA. The first one is I want to reinvent healthcare in my own home, and the second is I want to share these amazing products with my friends. And there's actually a fantastic compensation plan that goes along with sharing these with our friends. And I'm not going to talk a lot about that on the webinar today, but I do want to show you guys how to get the products at the cheapest price possible. doTERRA has actually developed kits where we can buy the essential oils below wholesale. Typically, a wholesale membership in doTERRA is going to cost us $35. We think of other wholesale memberships like a Sam's Club or a Costco. Really similar. We pay a membership and then we get to buy everything at wholesale. So when we buy these kits, on the other hand, we actually get that free $35 membership included with all of these kits. So this is the Family Physicians Kit. This is kind of doTERRA's basic starter kit. And basically this has every single oil we've talked about on the webinar today. And what we'll find is that these bottles are 85 drop bottles, and it's a very good place to start for if we just want to use this as a personal use. It also comes with the Slim and Sassy, and this is a 250 drop bottle that comes along with that. And so we can try that one as well. We use a little bit more of this product, so they give us a bigger bottle to kind of get started with. So just a great place to start for $150, and once again, that does include the wholesale membership. The biggest complaint about people with that Family Physicians Kit was, you know, if I do want to share this product with my friends, if I do want to give out samples, I'm going to need a little bit more oil, and this Family Physicians Kit with the 85 drop bottles just doesn't quite cut it. And so doTERRA just a few months ago developed a Home Essentials Kit, and this actually does contain the larger 250 drop bottles on almost all of the oils except for the frankincense and the deep blue. When I say all of the oils that we've talked about on the presentation tonight are the ones that are included in that. The difference on this kit is it actually includes a past tense with this kit instead of the Slim and Sassy. The past tense is actually a blend of essential oils specifically formulated to treat tension headaches, migraines, those type of things. It comes in a nice little roller bottle, and I actually like this product as well or better than the Slim and Sassy, and I just love the fact that that's included in this kit for $250. There are larger kits available with doTERRA. This is an example of our Natural Solutions Kit. This basically has everything and anything that you would need to get started with doTERRA. A lot of different things. It comes with our supplements, which are actually doTERRA's #1 selling product. You would think that their #1 selling product would be an essential oil. It's actually the supplements that doTERRA has is the #1 selling that people buy on a monthly basis. And that's just because the essential oils, when you buy a bottle, it lasts you for a long time with the 250 drops. It also comes with the toothpaste, comes with a diffuser you see here, a storage box, about 15 or so different oils, actually more than that, almost 20 oils come in this kit. And then some different supplements and also some skincare come in this kit as well. So again, it comes with the free $35 enrollment. And the cool thing about this kit is if you buy this kit and order $100 in product the following month. So next month, if you were to purchase an additional $100 in product, doTERRA is actually going to give you $100 in free product again. So basically buying this $500 up kits, you actually get qualified for the buy one, get one free basically on the $100 in products the following month. And we'll notice the 15% level in loyalty rewards. I'll talk about that right here. And basically what that means is when we purchase products through doTERRA, or as we're using products, we're going to need to purchase them. And when we do, if we purchase them on a regular basis through doTERRA, they're going to reward us for doing so. Basically, the first 3 months that we're in, we're typically getting 10% back on our product. When we start with one of these larger kits, we actually bump up to 15%, which is a nice step. And then you see that every 3 months you progress up that scale until finally you top out or max out at 30%, which is a very, very nice place to be. Basically, doTERRA is going to pay someone for a referral. When we refer someone in doTERRA to buy a product, maybe we share a sample with someone. They say, well, hey, I want to buy this. You actually can make a commission off of that. The only thing that you would need to do to qualify for commissions is have a qualifying loyalty rewards order, which is that previous screen that I talked about. And that's it. You don't have to buy any additional products. You don't have to sign up for any extra membership. You can distribute these products as long as you're using the products on a monthly basis. So basically that's it. We've talked about the enrollment kits. We've talked about how we can save 25 to 55% on our products. So basically now we want you to educate yourself. There's books out there. There's a Modern Essentials book that's actually available through aromatools.com. It's about a $25 book. People on our team, we can actually have a discount of $17 on those books. So we can get those books to you a lot cheaper that way. And basically once you have the essential oils, you're going to be enjoying a better, healthier life. And I thank you guys for your time and for joining us.